Gods don't bleed, just ask the one and only. Y'all called me a liar, but y'all just a bunch of phonies. I'm Groovy Tony. Schoolboy passed the mic to prove I'm worthy. On this beat, I'm feeling homicidal. So much damage, it's enough to make the producer cry a little. The trio's making this music for your amusement? Such a classic, this shit belong in a museum. Yeah, sure we not as good as Benny, Jada, or Gunn, but at the end of the day, the trio just having fun. You done now. Been here since the beginning. Gods don't die, gods don't bleed. Those who call us weak get smited and beat. Yet again, be gone if you weak. Ain't got no time for no haters or hoes. I'm standing at the mountaintop, perfecting my flow. I dole out hits harder than Aubrey Drake Graham. Houston called us and said we're the fucking men. Our roles are set in stone in this town of friends. Soon statues of us will be gleaming in the city streets. Remember this, gods don't bleed, bitch.
You look like Keller Ursing's kid. Gas Colossus, real estate in '86. That's the year the trio dropped. Check our catalog and you won't find a single flop. Analog or digital? Should ask Jesus. Venomous is biblical. The first tower fell on 9/11 and we felt the world breathe different. Infantrymen stormed the scene as I picked myself up from my Converse high-top sneakers. Careful walking out of here. You don't want to dirty up those chucks, kid, the soldier said to me calmly. I told him 2 words, look out. Within minutes, a pack of Marlboro Blacks manifested in my non-dominant hand alongside a grill lighter. I did the honors and lit a cig before falling backwards. As I fell from the 50th floor, I immediately felt the air change around me. If I hadn't opened my eyes, I would have thought I was in an air-conditioned Honda Odyssey at 63 degrees Celsius. I descended and descended and descended and descended and descended, and I quickly opened my eyes when I realized over 30 hours had passed. With a thud, I landed in a grass patch surrounded by pavement and burning buildings. We weren't in New York anymore, for this was where Longinus was defeated. I then sat up and saw Anthony and Kyle. They were writing their verses.
41 feet with my skills in pole vaulting. I fell short. I will never forget the day I lost by a single foot. If only my release had been better, everything would have gone different. The result of that second place shifted my entire life. Fired from the Cheesecake Factory. Order of restrainment courtesy of my once beloved Chrissy. Pet Kookaburra, Samson, shot dead in my home. By my butler, who then fled the country with $36,000 in Caribbean stainless steel basketballs. It wasn't my first life-altering experience. A few years prior, I thought I misplaced my red-accented, real dragonfire-coated antique vase. It was placed behind museum glass, on a pedestal made from real obsidian excavated from the deepest trenches on Mount Vesuvius. But it was really stolen by a man covered in thick fog. I never saw the thing again. 1337. The king ordered his guards to infiltrate my home. For this I couldn't have. I prepared the magnetic ballista and began firing bursts of pure air towards the castle. The legion of men would get no mercy from I. I was a killer, on both the Egyptian drums and the Taiwanese air bongos. I was a pure-hearted artist in all forms. My strikes with the pen, the pencil, the pastel, crochet hooks and needles, the uninterruptible form in the culinary arts, with the decadent strolling. If it could be considered an art, I had it mastered. An assortment of maxed-out belts, whose notches could no longer be placed upon. I kicked to my feet and devoured some succotash, as all the king's horses and all the king's men simply couldn't put themselves through my front door. I placed my now empty plate to the side and grabbed hold of my new invention. The 1337 6-gauge shotgun, which fired faster than any invention the kingdom could obtain. I aimed it at the fireplace in my abode. The impacted shot opened a portal. As I entered, it brought me to another time zone. I reckoned by the blue sun that caught my eye. I was roughly 3.7 million years into the future. I took a deep breath as the fumes from the atmosphere fueled my jetpack, which I used to launch myself at the blue sphere of light. As I huffed toxins beyond my comprehension, the light seemed to glow dimmer and began retreating further into space. For my journey was yet to be complete, I dropped my shotgun and removed my hands and feet and fired like a missile off to the planet, attempting a rescue mission of the runaway heat producer.